For years, Nigerians have debated whether or not to establish state police. With the country's current security challenges, some lawmakers believe it is time to amend the constitution to make this possible. After a lengthy debate, a bill seeking to establish state policing has passed second reading at the House of Representatives. In this story, Just Nigeria's Mercy Frank looks at what this will mean for you.
The Nigerian Police Force, tasked with protecting lives and property, ensuring public safety, and upholding human rights. Yet, the reality for many Nigerians paint a different picture.
About 4 of my kinsmen have been kidnapped, and we are still looking for them. We could not find them.
We have politicians, they are using them and doing everything bad.
They'll say they have not get order from federal, from up.
These concerns and the many security challenges plaguing Nigeria have led to calls to improve the existing framework and, in this case, an alternative, the establishment of state policing.
Mr. Speaker, today,
less than 2 weeks ago, lawmakers in Nigeria's House of Representatives debated on a bill to introduce state policing, some arguing for
the UN density for police is 4:1. We have a population of 200 million people, and the number of our policemen are under 400,000.
So many states we have security outfits. When they come out in their uniform, it gives impetus to the communities.
Others making attempts to prove that the existing paradigm is sufficient.
Many states, Mr. Speaker, do not even qualify to be states as it's today economically.
After the debate, the ayes had it. The call to devolve policing from center to the state was first introduced to the 8th National Assembly on June 12, 2018 by former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu and 75 other lawmakers. The bill did not scale through. The bill was brought up during the 9th National Assembly, but an impasse between state governors and federal lawmakers killed it at committee level. With the resurrection of the bill in the 10th National Assembly by the Deputy Speaker, Benjamin Kalu, and 14 others, the executive hints at considering the idea.
The federal government and the state governments are mulling the possibility of setting up state police.
What do average Nigerians think?
The state police will be in a better position.
That way, the governor can ask questions on why certain areas of insecurity are on the rise.
It will help the state to handle the problem of the state without informing the federal government.
It will be kind of reduplication security personnel, and it's dangerous.
As a stranger, if you have a problem with any state police, the tribalism is there. They can use that one and intimidate you.
The call for a decentralized police continues to be a hot topic as Nigeria grapples with security challenges such as kidnapping for ransom, banditry, terrorism, and oil theft. Stakeholders in Nigeria's security ecosystem seem to be at loggerheads.
There are gaps in the current security structure in Nigeria. The farther away from the city you go, the bigger this gap. And so any action, state policing can close that gap.
Having state police now is not time because of the fear of abuse of the institution by the politicians.
The governors, some of them think like teen gods. They behave like teen gods. They cannot be questioned. They cannot in any way be disagreed of. And they can use it for political purposes, and especially on their political opponents or enemies.
There's no way you will say, okay, the federal...
Former governor of northwestern Nigeria's Kano State, Ibrahim Shekarahu, thinks a more decentralized security framework is the way to go.
I always want to use community watch. This is what we're talking about. Community intelligence watch, community intelligence gathering. These insurgents are not living in the moon.
There are grey areas that security experts are hoping that the legislature would clarify, and they include clearly spelled out jurisdiction of crime prosecution between federal and state police, conditions for federal police intervention in state police affairs, what happens to the officers and personnel of the current Nigerian Police Force, what happens in states with diverse ethnicity, what happens where the state police is rendered inoperative by administrative, financial, and other problems? Where can citizens report to? Should there be arbitrary use of power at the state level?
These things we are saying that should be part of that recommendation must be part of it. Stakeholders who are involved in security arrangement in the country must be involved in inviting their inputs, must be sought, and they must give it freely in order for us to get a perfect policing system at the state level.
Should the state police bill be embraced by the majority at the House of Representatives, there is a process it needs to go through.
From second reading, it goes to public hearing. From public hearing, the bill now comes back to the plenary stage, where the House will now look at the bill itself, and if it's passed, then they will ensure that the Senate also follows suit, either to concur or disagree. If there is room for harmonization, they now form a joint committee of the Senate and House of Reps to look at the bill. By the time they do that, then the bill is passed by both houses and then transmitted to the president for assent.
Specific areas of the 1999 Constitution as amended to be altered are Section 34, 35, 39, 42, 84, 89, 129, 153, 197, 214, 215, and 2016, as well as Chapter 6, Part 3, Second Schedule, Part 2 of the Third Schedule, and Part 3 of the Third Schedule. As the nation navigates through this process, many Nigerians hope to feel safer.
You cannot post somebody from Sokoto to come and police Iyala in Anambra State. It will be very difficult for the person, whether you like it or not. But if you deploy somebody who was born and bred in that particular area, and the person knows all the nooks and crannies, it will be the easiest way to police the society.
The government, they have to recruit other youth, because you have many youth.
When we're looking at insecurity, we shouldn't look at issue of policing alone, issue of buying equipment, arms and ammunition as solution for insecurity. We must look at the economic indexes, the economic indicators. What do we do in order to create opportunities for people to work?
The path to a safer Nigeria requires informed dialogue, thoughtful choices, and active participation from all citizens. Whether the answer lies in the present or new framework, stakeholders say they look forward to a future where security and respect for human rights go hand in glove across Nigeria. Mercy Frank, Gist Nigeria.
Securing Nigeria is our collective responsibility. Now, where do you stand on this debate? Should Nigeria establish state police or not? Share your thoughts with us on X at Gist Nigeria TV. We'd like to hear from you.